Hello, Canadians and Egyptians. I'm delighted to shed some light on the development of Canada-Arab relationship. The establishment of the first diplomatic representation between them in 1954, when Canada gained a prominent position in Egypt for the first time with its successful intervention in the Suez Crisis in 1956, through the pivotal role of then Canadian Foreign Minister Lester Pearson in ending the Suez Crisis and deploying the emergency forces of the United Nations. In the Sinai, a role for which Pearson won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1957. Members of the First Armed Forces also participate in the United Nations peacekeeping forces, multinational peacekeeping forces, and serve in the Sinai Peninsula. The Egyptian-Canadian relations have been characterized by positive, as the two countries are keen to strengthen these relations in many political, economic, and educational fields, and the relations are characterized by coordination and consultation regarding issues of common interest as well as issues of an international and regional dimension, especially in the Middle East issue, including the Arab-Israeli conflict, in which they play. Cairo has a pivotal role as there is an annual mechanism for political consultation between the two foreign ministers at the level of ministers' assistant. In addition to that, there is a cooperation program between the diplomatic institute and the two foreign ministers, according to which diplomats' visits are exchanged annually between Cairo and Ottawa, with the aim of strengthening cooperation ties between the two countries. In 2014, Egypt and Canada celebrated the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Since their inception, these relations have been characterized by positive and understanding because they have many participants, whether with regard to the similarity of convergence of visions on international or regional issues, or the diversity of the areas of that relationship and its inclusion of economic, commercial, and investment components. Many cultural and human rights have ensured its continuity and growth over the past 6 decades. Egypt is interested in Canada as a result of Canada's distinguished international role, given that it is one of the member states of the 28th group, in addition to its membership in the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the Commonwealth countries. Canada is an important destination for Egyptian immigrants, as there is an Egyptian community in Canada estimated at about 250,000 citizens stationed in major cities Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, and the Egyptian community is characterized by a high level in terms of scientific professional and living, where there are large number of Egyptian professors occupying prestigious centers in the most important Canadian universities, and in the field of scientific research, and a large number of prominent businessmen in various fields. In addition to the distinguished cultural and educational relations between the two countries, whether through the Canadian University of El Ahram and its contribution in promoting higher education in Egypt or in light of the influx of many Egyptian students to university. Sharif Sabawi is the first Egyptian in the Legislative Assembly of Ontario who assumed the position of Deputy Minister of Tourism, Sport, Civilization and Canadian Heritage. Sabawi confirmed on November 27, 2019 that he hopes in the coming period to work to strengthen cooperation in the tourism sector between Ontario and Egypt, and to emphasize direct contact between Canada and Egypt. It is noteworthy that Sharif El-Sabawi is the first member of provincial parliament in Ontario of Egyptian origin who won the support of his colleagues in the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, and the owner of the Egyptian Heritage Law Powered By, which concerned the celebration of the Egyptian civilization and heritage every year in July. He was also credited with raising the Egyptian flag and playing the national anthem in the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, whom attended the Egyptian immigration minister and the ambassador of Egypt who attended this occasion. I hope I will continue the effort of Sabawi in strengthening Canada-Egypt trade and investment and diplomatic relations. I hope all Egyptian and Canadians will have a prosperous life in ahead of us. Thank you.